interesting for you to say that because the current Deputy Senate President comes from the same constituency.
Absolutely. And unfortunately, he has been there for 16 years. Okay. But the vacuum is so huge. When I talk about vacuum, I mean vacuum in terms of leading our people, really bringing what I would call real change in the lives of ordinary people who are from Enugu West. That change could be in terms of availability of basic primary health care center that that with strong advocates at the federal level, not only will they have such primary care health centers in our communities, but there will also be presence of doctors and nurses. Today we lack that. Basic issues that roads, for example. Most of the federal roads that that somebody having sat in the Senate for 16 years could at least make the real impact where the roads in the Southeast will become accessible better than it is today.
When you say Medicare, it sounds like it also falls within the function of the executive, both at the federal level and at the state level.
Yes.
And knowing that the Senate is under the legislature, having the fiat to direct that might not be so easy. But having said that, what are you going to do that's different from what they're getting now? What is the need? What is the yearning? What's the gap in your community? Because there's always, no matter how good something is, there's always room for improvement.
Absolutely. So let me start by saying that, when you mention legislative and executive, it would appear as if there is no meeting point. True. There's always a meeting point. As legislators, you legislate for the good of the people. You legislate on how to improve healthcare services. You legislate on how to improve education system. You legislate on how to improve infrastructure. Those things don't happen without legislatures. Even the appropriation of budgets don't happen. And the distribution of funds across local government, states, and the federal government comes and starts with the legislative imprint, if you like. We found out that over the past 16 years, the funds meant or allocated to roads for Enugu West never really got down to Enugu West.
So what happened to the funds?
And we're talking about, when you talk about Enugu Port Harcourt Road, you talk about Onitsha Enugu Road. Yes. Some of these roads have been budgeted and appropriated for over and over again. And yet today you see that this government, the administration of President Muhammad Buhari, has been trying to ensure that all these roads come and actually start working, and you and I can use those roads. Yeah. And why is that? It's because somebody who was entrusted with these funds did not manage to allow those funds to come into our zone. I'm saying this because we are coming to a stage where we need to hold our leaders accountable. Sure. And we are talking about road infrastructure here. I'm sure you noted recently when the issue of 2018 budget came up, the budget that was allocated for the development of Enugu International Airport got cut down.
Can you substantiate this?
Not only have we substantiated it, the aviation House of Rep member, who is an aviation committee chair, has also come out to say, we had a meeting. We had agreed that this fund should go to so and so place. And he gave the directive that the fund should move to somewhere else. And recall that he also came out to the media to say, I didn't know that this was supposed to go to Enugu Airport Road, because Enugu people started calling him to say what is going on. So you can go to the press, you can check out that in the Google, you can Google it and you'll find his statement on that.